Today I'm going to share with you how to get straight A's. It's a new year and you have to kill it. Why should you listen to me? Well, my most viewed video actually has thousands of comments from all these people. I get DMs, emails about how they noticeably improved their grades, many of them to straight A's, sometimes from B's, C's, or even D's. So there's a lot of proof that my advice is working, which is fantastic. I love helping people. So getting into it with tip number one. In my last video, I said you need to start treating homework and studying like easy points in a video game. These are low-hanging fruits. And what I want to add on to this and explain a strategy that I used to really up a level from a point where I was very lazy and I basically didn't study or do any homework until the end of the night, to a strategy that I knew was more sustainable and productive. So what I did was I realized that I have to start it at the first moment I get home rather than the end of the day, because the latter, it's so much easier to put things off and delay and procrastinate, and then you never get to it. But then I also baby stepped it. So what this meant was, after school, immediately as I got home, I told myself I'm going to spend 5 minutes just doing homework or studying, just like getting those easy points, those participation points. After about a week of doing this, I upped it to 10 minutes a day, and then 15, and then so on and so forth. It's actually the same strategy I used to succeed in building a consistent gym routine, where now I go to the gym maybe like for an hour, like 4 or 5 days a week. So you start small, and once it becomes a habit and it becomes effortless, that's when you up the amount. And then when you tack on the fact that you're doing it at the start of the day rather than, the very end, there's less opportunity for you to say, oh, this comes up. Oh, my mom wants me to clean my room. Oh, I need to eat dinner. Less excuses can be used to, let you keep putting it off. So just do it immediately, and then you have momentum. And sometimes you'll find that you actually end up doing more because 5 minutes wasn't that much. But the key is just to do something within your comfort zone that's not too much of a stretch initially and gradually build up. The next big tip is really review the key things that the teacher emphasizes in class. Oftentimes teachers will emphatically emphasize certain concepts because they're severely giving you a big hint and telling you, hey, this is going to be on the test. And usually tests make up the majority of your grade. So when you notice that, you got to stop goofing off, not paying attention, playing around with your friends. You have to write that down because that will be part of the test. And then, do this every single class. Pick out like the 2, 3, 4 things that the teacher keeps emphasizing. Chances are that's probably going to be a big test item. And just by paying a little more attention, writing it down, and reviewing how to answer it accurately after school, it puts you ahead. Because the truth is, after I started hanging out with successful students, they outwork you. That's why they get better grades. When they get home, they're not goofing off playing video games all day. They are outworking you by studying. And that's why it looks like when they come back to class every day, it looks effortless. And then the third tip, which applies to everything in life, but is probably one of the most powerful tips that helped in my previous video, is you are the average of the 5 people you hang around most. And the truth is that if you're hanging around people who goof off and have fun and don't pay attention in class and play games and just have attention issues, that's going to be an issue. Now, yeah, if school is not for you and you want to become an entrepreneur, go ahead. But if most of the people watching my stuff, they really want to get better grades. And so if you want to do that, if you're really motivated because you want to get into a better school, you have to switch up who you're hanging around. And you can do this at lunch. You could do this before school. You could do it on who you sit next to on the bus. Yeah, I know there's assigned seats, but even within your vicinity, the people you talk to, the people you pay attention to most, start to emulate the people you admire. And chances are those doing well in school are paying attention to what the teacher says and taking notes, not goofing off and like playing games, because they miss stuff. They miss important stuff the teacher says that get tested. And that's why people do well or not well in school. Thanks for watching and subscribe.